Hi guys, Shay Cochran from the Etsy Stock Shop here. I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to styled stock these days, and I want to help you get the absolute most value out of your Etsy Stock Shop images. I want to give you some ideas for maybe how you can incorporate styled stock, maybe some things you haven't thought about. I also want to help you out with driving traffic to your site through the use of styled stock images, and not just disposable styled stock images, the kind that you buy and you could maybe use once or twice, but the types of images that you could build your entire brand around and that will really bring that branding to life. So today I'm going to take you on a tour of a few different sites of a few friends of mine, all doing completely different things, some of them in completely different industries. One of them is a blogger, two of them are going to be shop owners, and one of them is going to be a senior portrait photographer almost on the whole other side of the US. I think these ladies' shops are going to inspire you. I think their use of styled stock is going to give you some really awesome ideas for maybe how you can better utilize the stock that you already own, and maybe give you some ideas for how you can grow your brand and elevate your brand with the addition of a few styled stock images. Take a look with me.
Let's get started today by taking a spin around Lauren Heim Studios' site. I absolutely love how polished this website looks. If you visit her homepage, it is just like a minimalist dream. And in fact, it actually looks as amazing as a much bigger company's website like Framebridge. And that is in part due to her excellent branding and also the incorporation of a very strategic and consistently used image from the SC Stock Shop. And I'm talking, of course, about this framed styled stock that we did as a part of our Framebridge lifestyle series earlier this year. And I want to just draw your attention to two things. In addition to how beautiful this image looks on the homepage of her site, really bringing this brand to life, giving it some personality. She's also done a fantastic job of incorporating this exact same image in her print shop. So let's just take a little peek at that. And I just want you to see how the use of even a single image consistently across a shop is going to give it just a very polished and cohesive and professional look. That is literally the same image, and you know what that does is it draws your attention right to the individual prints. When you have a bunch of different images in your shop with a bunch of different photography taken at a bunch of different times, it can really distract away from the product, and you don't want to distract away from the product because your job at the end of the day is to sell product. So we love that the use of even just a singular image on this website has had just an enormous impact in terms of communicating professionalism and a trustworthy, cohesive professional site. The next site I want to visit with you is going to be completely different. I want to take you to this really fun website by a friend of mine, Alexandra of Heart Love Always. It is a female entrepreneur lifestyle blog. And as a blogger, Alexandra has learned to do a few things very strategically that I think that we could learn from. One of the things I want to draw your attention to first is the use of the styled stock image in her newsletter opt-in. Guys, a newsletter is one of the most valuable assets in your business. It doesn't matter what you sell. Instagram will come and go, Facebook will come and go, but when you have invited and engaged with your clients in a newsletter format, collected their email information, and had that kind of relationship exchange, it becomes a huge asset to your business as a shop owner or as a blogger. So that's a little free side bit of information. But what I wanted to draw your attention to is just how she's so beautifully incorporated the use of this styled stock image behind this newsletter opt-in. Newsletter opt-ins tend to be super boring, but what she's done is she's taken a very close crop of one of the images from our Happy Poppy desktop collection, one of my favorite, and she's just very discreetly added it back behind this very enticing newsletter opt-in that she has here, and it's just beautiful. And you know what? She was able to crop in so tightly to that image that she'll be able to use that image in a number of different ways without it ever looking repetitive. You can see as you've kind of been watching the screen that she's using a few different styled stock images all in the same color palette in her homepage sliders, probably drawing your attention to specific blog posts. She's inviting you to get in touch with her on the Let's Chat with little hands typing on the keyboard. You can learn more about her team, another opportunity to opt in to her newsletter, all with either the same image in different crop formats or two or three very similar images from the same Etsy Stock Shop collection. Beautifully done. Again, these are two different images from two different collections, but because they're in the same color palette, they work seamlessly. I also want to draw your attention to this beautiful little sidebar button that she's created. We talked about this in our last video, but customizing your buttons is something that's very simple to do for a big impact with styled stock photography. Here she simply laid text over top of it. Want to put the pro back in productivity? Of course I do. Of course I'm going to want to click on that. And that image right there is the exact same image that she used up in her newsletter opt-in. So again, just adding consistency to the brand. But the real special sauce that she is doing really well, that I think that you and I would both benefit from learning from, is how she preps and promotes her blog posts to drive traffic to her site with the use of styled stock photography. So let's go up here and click on blogging and business and just take a peek at some of the blog posts that she has going on. Now, in our last video, we talked about how using vertical images with text can really increase traffic to your blog post. If you have good content, marry that with a good image that's vertical. Pinterest loves vertical images. Pinterest loves enticing text on top of vertical images, and Alexandra does an amazing job at that. So if you take a peek here at some of her blog posts, you'll see it's not about better time management, it's about better self-management. And what do you see here on the left but a beautiful Etsy Stock Shop image overlaid with text? What about the next one? How and why to become a morning person. Here she has a beautiful Etsy Stock Shop image, different from either of these two collections, but because they're in a similar color palette, they all work together. We have another Etsy Stock Shop image, how I'm breaking up with busy, another Etsy Stock Shop image, 5 ways to make your workday fun and productive. And what she has done really well, I could keep going and going, but what she's done really well is any of these images that you click on open you up in the blog post, of course, but they are going to be very strategically beautiful vertical images overlaid with text, exactly the type of image that Pinterest loves. Do you want 5 ways to make your workday fun and productive? Of course you do. We all do. So what she's done is she's taken what was otherwise a horizontal image in the Etsy Stock Shop, as a lot of our desktops are. She has cropped it into a vertical, which, as you can see, our images are shot at such a high resolution. Guys, this is commercial grade. This is the same resolution that when I shoot work for major companies, very high resolution, enormous images. These are the types of images that you guys are getting, which means you can crop into the tiniest detail and it's still going to look beautiful. So you could get 10 different vertical images out of one single horizontal image. And then again, Alexandra has coupled this with compelling texts, meaning that that image is going to get pinned on Pinterest and it's going to get repinned and it's going to get repinned because it's both visually interesting, and then obviously she's overlaid it with engaging text. She's done the same thing here, how I'm breaking up with busy, and you're going to see this sort of recipe in a lot of her blog posts. It's going to be a beautiful Etsy Stock Shop vertical image overlaid with compelling texts that point to the theme of the blog post, and that's really it. Only one image, maybe 2 images per blog post, but they're going to be compelling, they're going to be clickable, they're going to be little quotes that are overlaid over top of the image. She's just doing a stunning job. So little tip for you. If you are trying to drive traffic to your site, it only takes one beautiful image cropped into a vertical, overlaid with compelling text on Pinterest to get repinned and to really blow up. So, and that's what I want for you. I want to drive traffic to your site, and I think that Styled Stock can absolutely do that for you. Now I want to go in a completely different direction, and I want to take you to look at Jessica Marie's site. She is, we call her a Etsy Stock Shop sweetheart. She's been a fan of the shop for a long time and really does a beautiful job of consistently using styled stock across all touch points of her brand, creating just a very cohesive brand that's full of personality. And there's a few things that we just want to draw your attention to that she is doing really, really well. And one of those things specifically, in addition to, you see the use of her images on her homepage, but I want to take a peek at her shop. So let's take a peek at greeting cards. Actually, this will work, and so will stationery. What you'll see is that she has pulled a collection of images from the Etsy Stock Shop. Again, this image, this stamp image in particular, is just a really zoomed in close crop of one particular Etsy Stock Shop image that she's able to use a number of different ways because she can crop in so close. And using the same consistent image over and over, one thing that does is it, again, it draws your attention to the product so that the images that you're using don't become a distraction. So don't feel like you need to change every product image with a different Etsy Stock Shop image. One image used consistently or 2 or 3 images used consistently can really bring cohesion to your site. Jessica is doing a lot of things really well when it comes to stock photography. I love her Instagram feed, but for the sake of time, we're going to jump in a completely other different direction, and we're going to end with Amanda Holloway photography, because I want to show you guys how Etsy Stock Shop images are not just for graphic designers and stationery. What do you call them? Stationers? It's not just for people that make art prints or sell note cards. It is also for photographers. It's for a lot of different businesses. Amanda is a enormously talented, very highly sought after senior portrait photographer. As you look at these images, you can tell exactly why she is. But I want to just show you, Amanda's been a long time client of mine and also huge supporter of the shop. I think she literally owns every image that I've ever created in the Etsy Stock Shop, and I've also done a lot of custom work for her. And what I want to draw your attention to is the way that she is using images throughout her site. This image, for example, on the right is a custom image that I shot for her. You're going to see on her site a lot of custom work that I've shot for her, but you can use images from the Etsy Stock Shop the exact same way without the custom price tag. Images that would be a really great fit for this, for example, would be some of our floral styled stock images. Anything that we have that is floating 100% on white is going to make for a great image to kind of float in and out of the edges of your website. That's something Amanda does really well. So as you see her gorgeous, beautiful portrait work, you're also going to see snippets of what is effectively just styled stock photography. The shirt and the jewelry on the right and the shoes on the left. She's bringing it in. She does this also in her lookbooks. She does it in her style guides. She does it in her emails. She does it everywhere. And all this is just custom stock that I have created for her. You could easily use a floral image. You could easily use a makeup image. Let's say you're a photographer and you're going to talk about maybe what to do to prepare for your portrait session, and you're going to talk for a moment about getting professional makeup done. You would use one of the makeup images from the Etsy Stock Shop. So I just love what she's doing. I mean, not only is Amanda just incredibly talented, but she really has figured out how to do a good job with incorporating not only her own portrait work, but flat lays. This image of the lenses is also something I shot for her. And again, this was custom for her, but there's no reason you couldn't bring in a beautiful floral or a party element, confetti. We have champagne glasses, champagne flutes with confetti coming out of them. There's no reason why you couldn't use any of those in the same way. And then one more thing I want to just show you before we wrap up today would be Amanda's shop. Amanda has a number of digital products that she sells to photographers who, of course, want to know her secrets and figure out how she does this. But one of the things that she does really well is that she incorporates styled stock into the sale of these products. You'll see that here. You might recognize some of our marble desktops. She's even overlaid it with a catalog. This is another Etsy Stock Shop image, a tech image with an iPad screen that she's overlaid with some branded material. And then down here at the bottom, we see a look at a few of her different featured products. Transform editing tutorial with a desktop. She uses our marble desktop here that she's overlaid with her senior gratalog. Here you have one of our tech images with hands holding, talking about her posing guide, the purpose posing guide, and then another desktop here on the right. If you looked through any of these, let's just take a peek at her newly added. She uses Etsy Stock Shop images to overlay senior portrait examples, the invitation examples that are created, even her confetti welcome kit. She has overlaid on top of one of our confetti party images, same thing that she's done here. Like I said, she literally, I think, owns one of every image we've ever created. And you know what's amazing is that even though she's using images across a variety of color palettes, because they are shot the same way, because they're the same style, because they're the same quality, they're the same bright whites, they're the same pops of color, it works for her, and it would work for you too. So again, nobody does it better than Amanda, and hopefully that just shows you that even if you are a photographer and you don't sell any kind of printed material or note cards or art prints or anything like that, styled stock can take your brand to a whole new level also. And hopefully this has been a little bit encouraging and inspiring for you. Maybe you've jotted down a few notes. These girls are doing just a phenomenal job, as are so many other clients of the stock shop that we are just blown away by every single day. So if you're wondering where to start, you can find us at the scstockshop.com. Either shop by color if you have a specific brand palette, color palette that you want to continue to work in. Otherwise, if you're looking for a collection of images, and you're saying, I don't really have the time to sort through the site and pick a bunch of images that go together, if you want to visit our brand builder set page, you're going to see a lot of different brand builder sets in a number of different color palettes that you can look through, and we have pre-curated these for you. And the great thing about that is as you kind of start to sift through and become familiar with the shop, you'll see the different set images that come in that set. We've also went ahead and picked out some other images that we think would be perfect for you. So if your brand is black, white, and gold, the brand builder set is a great place to start. And then we will already have pre-curated a few other suggestions for you. I have really enjoyed hanging out with you guys now in the last video and this one. I hope it's been helpful. If there's ever anything we can do to help you do business beautifully, please let us know. You all have a wonderful day.